how big exactly is the IDRIS in comparison to the Polaris? Because I have heard so many different statements on it. Some people say, well, it's almost the same size. Others say it's just a little bigger. To me, it is a significant size difference, and I've noticed it when I was flying into the hangars, for example on Grimhex, where with the Polaris you just fly in, there's not even remotely any chance you're going to hit a wall because there's so much more space. With the IDRIS, you actually have to kind of dial it in right in order to make sure you're fitting well. While these ships, it's not like a completely different universe in size, but clearly the IDRIS is significantly larger than the Polaris, at least in my opinion. And I'm going to show this to you here in two different ways. Once by comparing the ships directly in game, but also secondly by making like this animation on the hangar viewer where we can move the ships and see stats and so on, right? So you see, this is, if you move it back the same way, it overlaps by a good 40 or 30% on the front. And the thickness is also incredibly much higher. Now, if you're using the IDRIS and you wonder, why am I always out of breath with my character when I'm just moving from one point to another on the IDRIS, it's because it is that much more size in there. The thickness makes for more layers and levels. The larger size around it and the bulkiness makes for much longer distances to walk. For example, from the bridge to the nose turret and back, you're going to be reaching 160 heart rate super quickly by just trying to get down there, right? And it does look super small in comparison, in my opinion. Of course, it's both of them are large ships. What was funny here is I found this Polaris flying here, and there was a guy coming with his Vulture, and I feel like I'm pretty sure this is his ship, and he was, just putting the Polaris there so he can land in the Polaris with his Vulture. I don't know, he didn't quite understand that this is the top side, or the bottom side there, where there is no hangar, so he has to come from the other side, which he's now doing. But yeah, so very interesting that he was like, what is this guy doing with my Polaris? Go away, let me go in there. And yeah, so while he's fiddling himself in there, let me just check out with you the animation of the different sites, or the page hangar link. It's just, you just type in hangar link into Google. First result is going to be this, and then you choose from the two options the right one, and you get to this page where you can type in any ship in the top right, even ships that don't exist, like for example the Javelin, right? Or the Bengal carrier, even where we don't even have the real stats, but the stats are already there. The size is known, and so you can build ships even with. Did you know there is a ship called Pegasus that is already like kind of exists in the game, in the lore? Not really in the game yet, but it is as large as the Bengal carrier in length, not in width though, and bulkiness. It is a thinner ship. But I did not know about this until I found this here. Also, unfortunately, the King ship from the Vandul is not on this page yet. I hope they're going to bring that sometime soon. I really like this page. You can make your entire fleet, for example. You can make a wonderful wallpaper with it and list your entire fleet or your belongings. I've done that with my fleet. Yeah, so that is what it looks like when you move the largest ship and then put the tiny IDRIS in comparison. Just look how small it looks compared to these ships, right? Yeah, there it is. With the Javelin being 480 meters, the IDRIS with 242 meters. And then the small Polaris next to it with, how much is it? 190 or whatever? Let's read. What does it have? 166 only. So 166 to 240 meters difference. That is a huge difference in length. And remember that the the IDRIS with the laser beam is even longer, because that laser extends further than the railgun does on the IDRIS M. So there is even more length to it. Maybe the IDRIS P with K with the laser K kit might go to about 260 meters even instead of 242, right? Because that laser is huge to the length. And yeah, you could basically say the last part there on the end of the IDRIS isn't really part of the ship, but then again, It is part of the ship, and I think you can even walk through it. But yeah, so this is the difference in size that I wanted to show you. Not a very valuable video, but I've seen so many different contradicting statements on the sizes. I thought, let's just make a video, show it in detail, the different size, for those who have not seen both of those things standing side by side, right? Also, I have a video coming up where the IDRIS is going to be a massive money maker. The fastest money you can make with the IDRIS if you own it, especially with that laser cannon. But also the IDRIS M should be able to pull it off. Meanwhile, the guy has finally managed to get his vulture in, and he's going out for what I would assume is a salvaging run using his Polaris as a main base. Obviously, this would be much easier with the IDRIS because that hangar is so much easier to access. What you see here, the skin, by the way, is the T kit of the IDRIS. The skin with the red elements to it. I like that a lot. I don't like this this shark skin so much. To me, it is a little bit not so. It doesn't represent like this seriousness that's about to come with this ship, you know. But yeah, so that's the size differences. Hopefully you had a good time watching this. And there's also a video coming up where we do hangar surfing, that's what I called it, with 2 IDRISes. If you want, you can sit there and think about what this could mean, or you just watch my video in the top right where we do some hangar surfing, and then you'll know what I mean. And you could do it yourself also if you have a friend with an IDRIS, or 2 rather. So thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next video, and always a pleasure to have you here. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Manni signing off, and bye bye, my friends.